No, wait, no, wait, no, 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 no. I didn't say don't get your best shot. I just said I wish I could, if I did that when I played, I would be much more better now because I still have not really dug deep into the game yet because I get caught up in the really want to win when I play, and it stopped me from actually trying stuff in game. So it does help you if you had that attitude. White, I got white. Heat in the kitchen, pot on the stove, water getting boiled. So you wearing your soccer uniform, your jammies. Got your jammies on. Let me see what they got. They got Morris, Silva. They got like a 3-point shooting squad now. Surrounded with, okay. I'm gonna leave it on auto first. Let's see what Byron got playing for me. Since you say you just playing for the cause, I ain't gonna put no strategy in there yet. See how D'Angelo can hang with somebody like Jennings. That's a fast dude.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us.
All right.
And it's time for NBA
Good luck there, 8 days.
On 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Lakers looking to make the most out of their home court advantage here at Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Jennings and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. Ilyasova out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Morris in the small forward position. And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night. First game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for one game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
Yeah, he was. And unfortunately, for so many reasons, for one, he had really been progressing in the summer league. And the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first.
Oh, yeah.
Jennings again, Russell. Jennings kicks to Morris. The shot misses. And the Lakers take it the other way. Russell with it. And Jennings picks him up defensively. The shot by Clarkson, no good. For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Ilyasova dishes to Jennings. And it's off from 3-point range. And the Lakers with possession here. Kobe gets the bucket.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Here's Caldwell Pope.
Okay.
The shot's good on the assist by Jennings. Caldwell Pope's got his first 3 points of the game. Here's Kobe. And the shot is good. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
See what?
Jennings kicks to Drummond. And there's a nice one-handed
That's my fault for
slam.
not taking control of Roy.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
The Pistons leading.
And guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
Here's Jennings after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Jennings passes to Ilyasova.
Yeah, they'll have to put some strategy in this bad boy.
Guys back and forth this first half.
Well,
You trying to do what you want to do, and I don't like it.
As we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And for the Lakers without Kobe last season, it was really a stark difference in styles of play and quality. No single person. Clark stepped in to carry their offense. It took a group effort.
Well, you know, it was almost April, Kevin, before somebody surpassed Kobe and
What's that? Get okay, we good.
field goal attempts on the team. It'll be interesting to see how they build the offense this year.
Ilyasova no good on the free throw.
And guys, how about Ilyasova last season shooting the basketball? Always a decent threat to score. His improvements in efficiency were amazing. He increased his field goal accuracy from 41 to 47% in only 1 year.
Passes it to Jennings. Morris dishes to Ilyasova. 4 on the clock. Right block shot. No good. Great D that time from Hibbert. LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
Hey, Cole.
About Ilyasova, there's a reason his field goal percentage went up last season. It wasn't necessarily better shooting. It was probably better shot selection.
And I think the scheme played to his strengths. Lots of ball movement, penetration, kicking out to open spot-up shooters. Ersan showed us.
Hey, Kobe's off.
That's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
That's good.
Okay, we got to play ball, y'all. Come on.
Kobe Bryant. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Now, here is Russell. After the miss from Andre Drummond. Here's Caldwell Pope. And it's going to be
Gosh, man, I'm missing all these shots with the coaster.
And guys, you know, Cantavius Caldwell Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a 2-guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
And Los Angeles.
Oh, look at these boys off the bench.
Woo! For Hibbert. Bass comes in for Randall. Young's checked in for Kobe. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Clarkson. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Johnson comes in for Ilyasova. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Morris. And it's Jackson in for Brandon Jennings. Young with no one around. That 3 off the mark. On the topic of Caldwell Pope, he's the kind of guy who needs a year to feel his way around. In college, Greg, you may recall he showed dramatic improvement between years 1 and 2. The same thing has been true in the pros.
Yeah, and he has everything going for him. I mean, excellent outside shot, tremendous defensive tools. He just needs to add some strength and stay in attack mode to reach the next level in his development.
Meeks with it. Williams picks him up. And Meeks kicks to Caldwell Pope. Russell again. It's Jackson. Takes a 3. Meeks can't hit. The Lakers trail. And Young, here we go. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
I'm sorry, Nicholas Young. You want me to call Swaggy this year.
Going to the basket.
Trying to think he's more serious about the basketball game. Like basketball this year.
Jackson again. It's Russell. Here's Caldwell Pope. Johnson, the pass to Meeks. The shot is off. Good D by Williams. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Beyond the arc.
God dang!
I've
been with him all day.
And here's Meeks. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Jackson. Battles through traffic and lays it in. And the Pistons lead by 2.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this timeout here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
What you looking at, Nance? See, try to give him some minutes and you just look at the ball like that.
Turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
He got it up. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Pistons lead by 2. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Dang, man.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
Well, Greg, you can't dominate the boards unless all 5 guys are making the effort to box out and chase down the ball.
Okay, come on.
So it's the Lakers now, trailing by 2. On the floor for Detroit, Reggie Jackson out there with Jody Meeks. Then it's Aaron Baines. Then it's Ilyasova. And it's Johnson in at the small forward.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
You want to go in there where Hibbert is, go ahead.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Aaron Baines.
He did his job.
That's his first foul. For the Pistons, Andre Drummond comes in for Aaron Baines. And it's Tolliver in for Ilyasova. And Los Angeles guys shooting a mediocre 41% in this one.
And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts at Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook.
short arm and
comes back,
everything.
sends Jackson to the bench. Then Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter in Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
Now, here is Russell. Los Angeles with another miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Dang. Some shots today.
Lakers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Clarkson. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 4th assist in this one. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Down low, and stolen by Hibbert. Looking to end his cold spell, and Kobe lays it in. Bryant's got 10 points. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And, you know, a huge moment for Kobe last season before the injury. I mean, he passed the great Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list.
For Kobe, that was him moving into the 3rd spot ahead of Michael Jordan. Says a lot, Clark, about where he stands among the greats.
And you look at it, he is first among perimeter players now in that regard. So he's clearly on a very short list of the greatest wingmen of all time in the history of the league.
That free throw,
God,
no good.
dog it, man. What's wrong with you, man?
Last season, Kobe with some thoughts on the development of U.S. players last season. Felt that the AAU system, Clark, was problematic.
And I would not disagree specifically in this regard. Too much focus on playing games and winning versus skill development.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Robert Sacre, he's checked in for Hibbert. And Brandon Bass subbed in for Randall. And the second free throw, good.
And with Kobe, who's just so skilled, that critique holds water. Kobe felt that Europeans came into the league with more of a skill set because they learned how to play the game a little bit more collectively than the American players.
Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
You know, for Kobe's statement, it's hard to measure something like skill with metrics. I mean, you look at shooting and free throw percentages, and there isn't too much of a difference between U.S. and European players.
Free throw good. Clarkson. They might be named after a car part, but the Pistons had a rough go of things on the road, Clark.
He said, he crazy. He said they may be made at the car park, but they have a rough time on the road.
Not enough to get you to the playoffs.
They silly.
Williams, he's checked in for the Lakers.
And guys, for the Pistons' bad road record, a lot of it was due to their poor start on the road. Only managed to win 1 of their first 9 games, and that tends to take the confidence away from a young team.
Sacre with the block. Williams with the ball, and Jennings picks him up defensively. Cuts it 5 from 18.
Dang, he just cannot hit from the field.
Los Angeles with another miss.
You know, the last thing I'll say about the Pistons on the road, typically you have to be close to 500 on the road in order to make the playoff. The Pistons won 7 in a row at one point on the road, but by then they had fallen too far back.
Williams for 3. Rebound, Detroit.
My jumper's off tonight.
Drummond's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Caldwell Pope kicks to Drummond.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Here's Jennings following the basket by Kobe Bryant. The pass to Drummond. The feed now to Ilyasova. Goes to
Just want to see if you can see the floor. I just had to check on you.
Ilyasova's got his second bucket.
Oh, he's got such great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Again, the miss by Kobe.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on
You
that
think you're
shot.
doing, man? You're a disrespectful dude.
Basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Pistons trailed by 5. And
Pulled me
Drummond
away. I should
closes
have known you
down.
was doing that. Good one.
Incredible timing. On the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could
Man, I
be
missed.
the
I'm going
one
to shoot
that
with the
leads
stick
to a
something to see if I can get it
surge.
going.
Break this thing wide open.
Timeout called the Lakers. Lakers were awful in a lot of aspects last season, and their play at home was a major one. Greg, they just couldn't do anything at home, and I think the fans were giving up hope as well.
And given how pricey those Laker tickets are, Kevin,
yeah.
there was a lot to be salty out in Lakerland. So can't be a bottom dweller and charge that much for seats.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Sacre. Julius Randle comes in for Brandon Bass. Young's checked in for Lou Williams. And it's Russell in for Clarkson. Hibbert with a screen on Jennings. And then Hibbert with the dunk.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Pistons trailed by 5.
You know, the Lakers were a bottom dweller last year. I mean, their home record was 12-29, guys. That was tied for the second worst mark in the NBA.
Here's Caldwell Pope. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Five to shoot. Jennings for 3.
God dang it, rookie. You got to be ready for that. Good one.
Jennings has got 5 points so far.
And you know, guys, a lot of the problems for the Lakers at home last season was with their shooting. They had the lowest three-point percentage in the league at home.
That was for
Not
Kobe. What
exactly friendly
happened?
bounces for them.
Ilyasova with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. Rejected by Kobe. And here's the fast break. Bryant leading the way. And the jam by Nick Young.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
It's deflected. And stolen by Hibbert. Young, a good look. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jennings dishes to Morris. Wide open. Misses off the right iron.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Here's Randle. Can't get it to go.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our
Buy a
league.
jump shot.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Los Angeles on top. They
Kobe
lead
took a
by
lot more
a
shots
bucket.
than usual. Got to
And
pull
we'll
that
be
back.
back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Doing too much dribbling. Come on. I got them 15 points and probably 15 shots. 0 for 7 3-point range.
And it's been a back and forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
Oh, I love the heck
I
out
know
of this
we've
game.
said this many times before, but what a
He did
great
outstanding
first
job
half.
in this
Just an
game.
offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking
Touched
about
on a little
what
bit of everything on
second
here, too.
half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually
Look
keep it
better,
going
play
for
better,
all four
play some
quarters.
defense. Cheerleaders look better, the floor look better. Crowd looks
We have a close
ridiculous.
ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Kobe having just a fantastic game. 15-point and a couple of nice steals, too.
And if I had to pick what he's done best today, I'd probably lean towards the offensive performance.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I'm going to go to the other side because he's been just as impressive, I think, at the defensive end.
Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Russell. And it's Hibbert in the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's Byron Scott's 5 as we get into the second half.
Can't go chasing 3-point like that. I
Jennings
told
with
you
the
about
bucket.
that.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy
I get my outside shot. I'm going inside too much. I don't mind getting to the free throw line, but I got to get my outside shot going.
Has probably the best defensive
I
efficiency
got the
for a
setting on.
career as a coach, and his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
The first free throw is good. Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lows.
Oh.
That one misses.
And, you know, those giant lulls were a big part of the Pistons season. I mean, their biggest losing streak was 13 straight losses, and a lot of that you attribute to their defense.
Now, here is Russell. The kick out to Bryant. Pulls up. And Russell with the basket on the assist by Bryant. And the Lakers lead by 3.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession. And the Pistons also went into a slump after they traded for Reggie Jackson. 1-9 after the trade deadline. They would end the season on a better note, but truly they were streaky last season.
He's looking for Russell and finds him. Morris with the rebound. Pistons trailed by 3. Jennings with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. Drummond a screen. Jennings kicks to Caldwell Pope. Poked away.
Do it.
And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And they're going to count the
yes, sir.
and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Oh, whoa, Randall Humble, was you see that?
Slow that their open court offense.
Randall, I don't know what player was doing. Yeah, they was in the middle, like standing up,
quietly, but
like watching Madden raise up each other's face.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Robert Sacre, he's checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Julius Randle. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Russell. And Detroit with a change here, too. Meeks is checked in. And Kobe, no good on that one.
And Marcus Morris is nicknamed Mook. He has a twin brother, older by 7 minutes, named Markeith. Both brothers played at Kansas, drafted 13th and 14th in the same year. Eventually played for the same pro team.
I think you can make that because you had a broken rhythm when you shot that shot. So with Marquise, I'm talking with Morris.
Time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
And looking at the Morris brothers' careers through last season, the one area they haven't been joined at the hip in is in performance. Markeith has shown steady improvement over his first 4 years. Marcus Morris has had a very up and down start to his career.
And you know, Kevin, Marcus has talent. He has versatility. He just hasn't found his role. It's time for him to step out of his brother's shadow and really establish who he is as a player.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And it's Drummond missing.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. It's stolen by Bass. And it's sent back by Morris. But they get it back. Kobe kicks to Williams. Another shot. Wow, way off on that one. Here's Drummond.
Come on.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Maybe have him make his homeboy shoot free throw like he Dirk Nowitzki thing. That's what I'm talking about.
Last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping, but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx. But I'm expecting a big year from his team.
Oh. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point.
Boxing, don't worry about it, man. I told you, don't argue with the refs. Just play.
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
And the Pistons making a change here. Tolliver's checked in. Here's Jackson. Young with the steal. Up the floor. Shots good by Clarkson. And now it's an 8-point Laker lead. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well. Well, clearly the Lakers were not a great team. I mean, they did have one of their better bench units last season. They led the league in points off the bench, but that was more an indictment of the quality of the starters than the firepower of the bench.
Russell, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. Last year, the Lakers did have some firepower off the bench. A lot of players would see their roles shift during the year, as you might expect for a team trying to find the right combination.
Yeah, they were also near the top in the league in bench minutes played. So
you guys like the foul, I'll tell you that.
Come off the bench last year in L.A., you'll see plenty of action.
The Lakers have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night.
Have to convert, though. Let's convert.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
I like that little touch right there with the referee be talking right there.
First free throw is good. Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress.
So you don't want to do that, man.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Shots good from Young.
Well, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
.157 left in the third quarter of the game.
And for the Pistons, they seem to have a direction and plan now that just wasn't the case before. It won't be easy to get back into the postseason, but I really feel like they are on the right path.
Lakers leading by 11. Williams for 3. No luck. And it's Detroit the other way.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Russell kicks to Young. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much.
Oh.
And sails in for the flush.
Dang it, I got
Mixed
up from the guard.
That tell you why the score is what it is.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. A drive by Russell. And the layup's good off the glass. Russell's got 6.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Clearly, they've been outclassed in the paint, really at both ends of the floor. Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
Out to the wing. Meeks.
Catch and shoot. That's Meeks' thing, boy.
The assist this time from Jackson. Meeks got his first points in this one. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Young passes to Bass. And Young, here we go. Just 5 to shoot. Sacre, good.
Read and react, fellas.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Here's Tolliver.
Good quarter.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game.
We got a chance for upset, guys. Come on.
By 12. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Pistons trailed by 12. On the floor for Detroit. Jennings runs the point with Jackson flanking him. Marcus Morris is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Drummond in at the 5.
I forgot about Ilyasova.
And yes, sir, that one drops. Ilyasova's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Detroit. Outside Bryant. And the foul called on Marcus Morris.
All I got to do is dribble. They are going to reach.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Jackson. Russell dishes to Clarkson. Rebound by the Pistons. Drummond's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here we go with Morris running it up the court.
Good guys, just play good basketball.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Randall kicks to Hibbert. And he dunks it down.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Morris, left side. Here's Drummond. And that one is
Other side, we got a side, but let's go.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
Morris,
Don't do it.
Lane. Drummond with it. Out defended by Randall. And Ilyasova kicks to Morris. Stolen by Clarkson. And it's the Lakers on the break. Bryant
He missed it.
It's hard not to go for it when you see the chance
Out here.
for that alley-oop.
Clearly, temptation got the best of him right there, Greg.
Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 7th assist in the game.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Drummond, a screen. Pistons passing it around. Detroit, no good that time either.
So if I dribble, they come after me.
He's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Russell kicks to Clarkson. Wants to get it to Bryant and does. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And who has been a greater enigma than Roy Hibbert, a guy who can look like an all-star Clark one game and an undrafted free agent the next?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the kind of swings Roy has had. He's been really good at times. Sometimes he gets in his own
son of a
way
biscuit.
with overthinking things, but I think he's got everything he needs to be an upper-tier center, upper echelon center. Just has lacked consistency the last year or two.
We got the rookie from Arizona,
Johnson, he's checked in for the Pistons.
Yeah, Lakers tried him out.
And he's good on the second.
And on the topic of
Come on,
Hibbert,
guys, just
he
hang
was
in
an
there.
enigma in college, had a very encouraging junior season, looked like a
He got that growl on his
and
face.
in that uninspiring senior season, which kind of dropped his draft stock considerably.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He warned his team to get back in transition defense, saying they're giving up way too many fast break buckets, and he wants an end to it. He said, hey, let's slow the tempo and make them take some tough shots. A sound defensive strategy, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And taken away by Johnson. Outside Jennings. There's the 3.
Man, cannot let you have open 3. Suckers hit those shots.
You know, going back to Hibbert, last season was a
Run
perfect
the
example of
offense
what we're
this time.
talking about in terms of consistency. One game he puts up 22-8, the next game 2-1. But you know, every team in the league would like to be in the Roy Hibbert game once the light finally goes on and stays on. Consistency, the challenge for Hibbert.
Hibbert with a screen on Johnson. And out of
Well,
bounds.
you took away my pick and roll, man. Sons of biscuit.
And really just a lack
I'm like, where the
of
ball at?
awareness
I guess
on
you had
his
had it.
part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Dishes it to Hibbert. And there's the foul. It goes on Ilyasova. That is his first foul of the game.
Look, I got that because homeboy was late in the middle of the thing on lane. A big boy.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. The drive by Bryant. And it's sent back
God
by
dang.
Drummond. Now Detroit moving it up. Johnson wide open. He
I used to that happen to me. That's what that's a
Let's
Roy
go
thing.
for
God
the
dang
baseline and nails
it.
it.
Randall, come on, man. Next time, throw it down his throat.
Timeout
Big play.
called the Lakers. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
Oop, I mean that.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there
I be trying to find out how do you get the screen to come back up. You know, before you can tap, you make the thing come back up even though you're ready to go down. You make it subs and stuff.
And I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
I tried about all of them that time.
Williams comes in for Clarkson. Jennings against Russell. Up and
Had to
in.
break your ankle. I'm sorry about that. We'll tape it up after the game. How's that?
Lakers lead by 7.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses.
There you go. I tell you, if I dribble it, they go to him, foul me.
Even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made
8 days
huge
reaching,
mistake
boy.
in passing on him, and that feeling turned out to be correct.
Oh, come on,
That one
Ron.
is off.
I
Just
can make
around
it with him,
60% from the line
especially.
for the
What the
game
heck?
right now. They shot it pretty well in the first half. They've just fallen apart here in the second.
And he sinks the second.
Oh.
Pistons trailed by 8. Johnson outside. From deep, Ilyasova.
Nance, what you doing?
Pistons keep it alive. Drummond passes to Ilyasova.
I mean, it's my fault. I got him guard the paint. I got to change that defense.
Ilyasova's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Pistons. Here's Kobe. And so he earns a trip to
Change
the
it
line.
right now.
Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
That's my fault. There we go.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
You big ones, Cole.
The free throw drops for Kobe.
Finally, he's starting to convert after working his way to the line time and time again. We'll see if he can maintain the
Oh, I'll
pace.
get him out of here. I'll get him out of here for
Now
you.
for the Lakers.
And he got 5 fouls on him already.
And it's Clarkson in for Lou Williams. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Marcus Morris is checked in for Johnson. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
He's been to the line here more than in the first. I thought he was a bit tentative in that first, but I like the aggressiveness he's showing here now.
Jennings again is Russell. And here's Ilyasova outside. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. Clarkson dishes to Randall. Inside. Jennings with the rebound. Jennings has got 6 rebounds here.
Don't try that, man. Why you do that, man?
That's short off the rim.
You know better than that, Dave. What are you doing?
Hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
Bryant's shot is off.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Here's Drummond.
Man, come on, man. Come on, dude. You know better than that, man.
And so the ball out of bounds. Hibbert touched it last. Here's Caldwell Pope. He's covered by Clarkson. Pass to Drummond.
Get out of here, dude. I told you don't be messing around with Roy, man. Get a contract here, dude.
104 left in the game. On the wing, Bryant. From the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Lakers.
You're right there, Steve. And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, Clark, their aggressiveness in getting steals. Something I know that you
What to
really
do? What to
value
do?
yourself.
What to do, Ray Days? Ain't nothing to do with Roy but stay away from him.
And it sparks your offense, and that's what happened for them. When you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's hard to overcome that kind of defensive pressure.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Bryant. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots.
Roy got a vertical, man. He got the best vertical in the game. He got away about that.
Time in wrapping this game up, they came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the rope, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
They go to MVP, champ.
And the first one drops.
And really, last season was.
That's all right. This is good. This is a good way for you to leave right
They were
there.
able to shoot the ball better.
Got 3-4 hours trying to figure out how to get Roy Hibbert.
They cut out the little mistakes that had.
I think about it. You and that Destiny, I probably won't see you till next week.
32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Jennings with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. Russell again. Jennings. He feeds it to Ilyasova. Shot clock at 6. Here's Drummond.
I told you, boy. I ain't messing around, boy. That's what I like about this game. You can actually play some defense. I have this is fun on the defensive end. I do the offensive end now. You guys can control them boys, boy. He wiped the board clean with that sun biscuit.
Williams with the ball.
The fact that it was a big really made it nice.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of
That's
business.
Byron don't play him. I'm letting Byron do the subs right now.
They clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
Roy, man, I'm
And
telling
that
you.
about wraps it up.
He makes a hell of a difference. I had nobody control my middle as far as blocks in 4 years since Baby Bynum.
2K Sports. See you next time.
I guess don't nobody trust that ankle. Roy had 4 blocks. Woo! Yeah, he must have something to do with Pistons history because he normally don't shoot that much. He might not lead a team in scoring, shooting. But 39%. Which guy do the same? I was playing Dungy. I don't know if you remember Dungy and Wuda. But he was doing that. I said, man, you better stop challenging that dude like that, man. You be a little dudes, big dudes. So I said, don't do that, man. As long as he can get back, if he's back there, I mean, he can transition. It hurts me, but if he can get back there already, shoot, I'll funnel you right to him if I have to. Yeah. All right, man. All right, in a minute. Hey, yo, I noticed your beard kind of shiny. What you got? Some crack residue on this beard? No, it's beard. I just know. No, I know it's the beard is shiny, but my hair is like that too. They did something about the hair this year. It look like it's shiny. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, get him some clothes, man. You got enough money to get some clothes. Get him out of jail, man. All right, take it easy, buddy. Xbox, Snap, Twitch.